something society. I can't remember.
Yeah, the Polynesian Voyaging Society. Christopher
Polynesian
Greggs.
Voyaging Society.
Yeah.
Okay, so the consideration there is that in order for this waka to be sitting where it's supposed to be properly sitting, then clearly there needs to be something for it to go into, some kind of structure, because they're trying to put it into a trust. That is the Polynesian Voyaging Society with old, what's his name, old Dix and
Far now.
Yeah, and those trustees over there.
Yeah.
So you know what does that mean for us? Well, anyone that had a claim on this waka, and that is that we need something set up to be able to make the move to be able to make the move out of what's the other term they used that wasn't actual ownership? What was the other kind of ownership?
Traditional ownership.
Traditional ownership.
Traditional ownership and actual ownership. But they applied for actual ownership, but halfway through the case, they changed that to traditional ownership. And because they could not get actual ownership because the land, they just could not, because it doesn't belong to them. They know that. So
they do know that, but this is the thing, they do know it, but they are trying to seize it. Yes. Through the protected objects legislation.
Yes. They're trying to seize it. That's exactly, that puts it right in a nutshell, that they are attempting through that Polynesian Voyaging Trust to seize it. And they have offered many times in the court to purchase it. And I have said, no, it's not for sale. So why, if they thought that they owned it, they would not be offering to purchase it. And why are they so interested in purchasing an old piece of wood? People don't purchase old pieces of wood for many millions of dollars for no reason, Mary. So why are they, first of all, they're offering to purchase? The fact of the matter is that when they claim ownership, why in the same breath are they asking to purchase it? So you are right on the button. There's a seizure of our property that belongs to us, that they're hanging on to it in the interim until they can get it purchased or given to them.
Then they can hold the title.
Yes.
For it, right?
Yes.
Then they can hold the title for it, and then they can tax it, and they can regulate it.
No, they get the land that it's sitting in, because they get the appurtenant right, because it's been sitting in there for 100 years. So it's been on that land without any disturbance for more than 100, I think it's 150 years or 180 years. If you show that it has not been disturbed, then if you own the boat, no matter how you came about owning it, whether you own it by purchasing or whether you own it by traditional, however you came to be owning it, you then own the land that it sits within. That is true.
Well, the thing is too that they've already registered this waka, Kate. They've already, obtained the waka through the registration procedure.
Yes.
But, you know, registration
Well,
isn't
registration
ownership.
is not ownership. Registration is just
No,
registration.
it's a record of, you know, who's responsible for the asset within the Crown's pool of assets. It's simply a record, but they take that registration record and they create some kind of nexus somehow to be able to do these other things, like try and revest it and transfer it, reconvey the title to the point of purchase.
Yeah, they're trying to reconvey the title. That's exactly what they're doing, and they've named it. But the court recently, in the recent court ruling, the court has removed all of their names, and they've called it the something or other creek.
Wakamieki or something.
No, they've removed that name, and it's now called the Tuatera Creek Vessel, is what they've called it. So it's got an English name and a Maori name. They gave it two names. That's significant, that they've given it a Pākehā name by using the word creek. They've taken out the miheki, so it's been given them. It's not got a Moriori name anymore. Yeah, they threw that out. The judge did.
Yeah, that's right. Throwing it all over the show.
So yeah, they've seized our property, and then after they seized it, they tried to purchase it. Why would you try to purchase a property that you already supposedly own? You know, you would just go forth and you would say, I own it, and you would give your proof. They said they don't want to be in the court for 20 years, but oh well. All right, well that's where we're going with this.
Yeah,
they're going to be, if they keep going with, you know what, they should have come to the negotiating table with me and you right at the very beginning. If they came to see me, I would have said to them, look, all you've got to do is say that my Germanic people might be involved with this and recognise my Germanic people on the Wairau, and let me know what you're doing with it and keep me up to date. If they had said that, this would have been smooth sailing, and I would have not have known that I had lost the greatest claim of my entire life. I would not have known. If they could have got the lawyers in and gotten me to sign away, and I would have signed it, and I would not even have known. All this stuff that I know now, I only found out in the last, 6 months. I had no idea.
Right.
When I made that application, I just guessed, I made up a story. I was teaching in the high school, and there was a story about Tekopia. And when I saw that thing for the claim, I put in the Tekopia story. I had no idea what I was doing. And all of this information, I only have it in the last 6 months. I would have signed away all of my rights easily, not even have known. But too late now, because I know now a lot more than what I knew. And I would not be signing anything over to anyone, because I think that we have got a very, very strong, robust claim, especially when I get these Thai engineers, marine engineers, looking at what they're doing. I think that we've got a very good claim. Now, remember, we're still waiting for the court over in the High Court over the jurisdiction matter. So we're waiting for that as well. I think it might come in on the 8th. I don't know.
Right.
There's a lot going to be coming in, Mary.
Well, we'll soon see.
We're going to be seeing, all right. We're going to be seeing a lot of stuff, and then we're going to be seeing, and we're going to be knowing. And after we're seeing and knowing, we're going to be doing. and getting back in the court and seeing if we can get you back in the court as well without getting kicked out again.
Boot.
Or booting.
You know, it's good to be prepared.
Yeah. You poor thing. Because you got booted.
Just gotta laugh.
We got your name. We got your name in over at the Ministry of Culture and Heritage. I made the application about joining your name to the claim. They did write me a letter and say, we'll get back to you on that. And then they never did get back to me. I've still got that sitting there. I've just not time to deal with it. And then we get in the Maori Land Court. And I did put you on the document. I mentioned you in the court, put you on the document. And then next thing he put you in as an attendee. So, yep, she's here. And you were on the court document. And then the next thing, in the next round, you had disappeared again. Then I made the application.
Ghosted me.
They ghosted you.
They ghosted me, man.
They ghosted you. And then next round, I went to the appeals court over this jurisdiction. And right there on the application, it says, this is an it says applicants with an S, plural, and it's got Catherine Ann Sixtus, primary applicant, and then it's got Mary Amelia Brown, not primary applicant, but still applicant, but not primary, because you can only have one primary. So you're listed right there on the application. And then when I went into the Maori Appellate Court, your name is on the document, and it's at the embassy as well. But when they came back and answered me, your name had disappeared. You got ghosted again. I don't know what's going on here.
How? The audacity.
It is the audacity. They just don't like you, Mary. They just know that together, if we go into there together, they don't want a Maori and a Pākehā going in there together. That's what the matter is here. If you were white, I think they would have let you be in. They do not want, because I'm claiming that it's both a Maori and a Pākehā vessel. And they don't want any Maoris and Pākehās together in that court. I think. You're either going to be Maori.
Well, you don't see it. You don't see it.
Pākehā, but you can't be a Jer Maori. No Jer Maoris allowed. Oh. All right then. That's that, Mary. That's that.